What's up, guys? Your boy Phoenix here. We're here to talk about some improvements to WWE 2K20 that would definitely make the game last longer than 3 months for all you dedicated fans and 1 month for you used to be dedicated fans and new fans that play the game. So first of all, we're gonna start off with the roster. These are just things that I was thinking about, man, that could definitely improve the game and improve the longevity. I want this to be a message to 2K. Hopefully, they see this video and they pick up on some of these things. If they don't, we just pray that the WWE series comes better. But with the roster, I think the roster is fine. A lot of people do want some of the new different wrestlers from different organizations and everything. I understand you got contracts and likeliness lawsuits and stuff like that if you still in the likeliness of people's character and all that good stuff, so you can't really ask for too much on that, and how the contracts are set up. So I think the roster is fine for all the characters that you do have. I mean, just DLC in other characters. I mean, if you make a great game, people are going to stick with it. Just DLC in the rest of the wrestlers, the superstars. I would love to see wrestlers from a different organization, though. That would actually be awesome to see, like some New Japan Pro Wrestling, or old school Japan Pro Wrestling characters, or ROH, or any of the other organizations. It'd be awesome. But let's go for character customization. I notice a lot in the 2K games that load times for seeing things appear in your wrestler are tremendously long. If you could do anything to optimize those load times, that would be greatly appreciated. And also include hairstyles from wrestlers that aren't just from WWE. So even though that you can't put in wrestlers from different organizations because they don't belong to WWE, just include their hairstyles. It'd make it so much easier for content creators, for people who create custom characters and upload them to the creation suite, to just make the character. Just put their hairstyles in. Also include all the hairstyles from the wrestlers that are in the game. This way no one has to, you can look like you have more hairstyles, which isn't always a bad thing, but having more hairstyles to create more unique wrestlers is always a good thing. And having people are so damn close to recreating characters that they like from other wrestling organizations. If you just put that hairstyle in it, it'd be perfect. I'd be happy. Put a hairstyle, a few wrestling moves from them. Hey, they just as good as the original. You know what I'm saying? Also, one thing is, like, when the announcer, you always get these call names that are just like when you're coming out and the announcer says your names, or like they say your name at the ringside. You're like the Typhoon, the People's Champ, or the Phenom. These these super generic call names have been in the game forever. I think a better call name system was from WWE Raw 2, where they had like 4 words. You had 4 words to choose from, and they would you could just choose any 4 words from the entire list, which they had to have at least like 500 words in there. But it was like you can basically customize exactly to what you want your call name to be. I think that was cool. You probably won't have an actual name that they can call you by from the announcers, but I ain't gonna lie, the announcing is not on par with other 2K games or franchises such as NBA 2K. But I'm not gonna get too deep into that. Although other than that, there's a lot of depth in the customizing. I love the creations that people make. I love downloading their CACs. They all look great. They look good. Hey, just add in a few more hairstyles. Add in some wrestling parts from those characters. It's great. It's awesome. Also, for story or season mode or the my player mode, the only things that I think that were downfall from the my player mode was 2K's always selling you these stats. Like, you start out with your overall at like something low like 50 or 45, and it's very hard to fight even the crappiest of wrestlers with the lowest overall with your stats, because your stats are so crappy that you don't do any damage, you don't gain any momentum, your finishers don't do damage, you don't have any counters. And once you're out of counters, like that's the whole game right there is based on counters. A lot of this game is how many reversal stocks you have left. And once you run out of those, I mean, it's just over. So it's just over at that point. I think the road to glory for your My Player is actually really fun. I think anything to improve that was to just add some championships, increase loading times. You know, championships like based on a region of where the player is. You know, like you could be the champion of the Midwest, or the West, the Eastern, or yeah, I don't even if it's the champion of your state. I don't really care. Just maybe customized championships that you make, and it'd be like, or you can have online championships from 2K pre-made. So that would actually be really awesome to have. To be able to strive for your My Player to be a champion online. They used to have championships in I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2007. That's the one where they had online championships, and it was fun. You had title matches. Hey, everyone was super competitive. Even if you don't make the game to be competitive, people are always going to be competitive. Just throw a few, competitive elements in there. Throw the championships in there. The people who are serious can be like, oh yeah, I was, the hey, the 2K20 California champion for a week. Throw a few rules in there so that people can't just go idle and hold on to the championship forever. I don't know, you defend it once a week or something, or you automatically forfeit, or you could put, multiple titles in each region. Hey, whatever it is, just make it fun. That's the whole thing. It's just about having fun, man. And a little bit competitive. People have fun with competitive, right? And the thing about the backstages, and I like the what went wrong with the old backstage things that they used to have. There was nothing to do backstage. Everything was after you talk to everybody once. That was it. That was 100% of what it was. I mean, you talk to everybody once and they say a line and you can start a backstage fight. But the only thing that the backstage was doing was just costing you time. Like I had to go talk to Stephanie or Shane. But it just takes me a long time to walk there and to walk through the door, versus just having them start up a conversation as soon as the night starts. So like if I just started the night and it was just like, oh, Stephanie's here to tell you something, that would be a lot faster. Otherwise, I'm just walking to Stephanie so she can tell me something, or walking to Shane so he can tell me something. That's it's not really very fun or interactive. It's just it's more of a facade of giving you a backstage and letting you do things. Where in the old WWE games, you always gotta go to the old games. In the old games, you used to be free backstage. You could do lots of things backstage, right? You can fight wrestlers. You find Undertaker. You find The Rock backstage. You'd find Booker T backstage, and they have these signature lines and everything. And that was fun finding these people backstage. You search the background, like, damn, is Jeff Hardy back here? Is Matt Hardy back here? Oh, that's RVD. RVD's gonna stretch with me. Oh, Brock Lesnar, gonna run on the treadmills. He's gonna talk shit. Everyone had personalities backstage too. They didn't just have these generic lines where it's like, you're talking to a setup guy, or you're just talking to some security dude. I don't even, who is this security dude? Why'd I have to talk to him to leave? But, either way, hey, they had more interactions, and they had personality, which is what made the backstages fun. Not just some, lines. Just throwing people, backstage brawls are always fun. But hey, make it more like WWE Raw 2, where you can interfere in people's matches, which I believe that you could. Yeah, you could interfere, but not all the time. You could just ruin people's matches. You know what I'm saying? You could manipulate superstars to attack other superstars. That was super fun. You could just go and set traps to injure superstars before matches. That was always fun. And it was a lot of things that you could do so that you get an advantage. So, I mean, I like those things from WWE Raw 2 for the Xbox. If you just implement some of those would be great. If you can't, go for 2K21, I guess. Hey, go for the next one. All right. And gameplay. For the gameplay, there's certain things in the game that are too slow. I don't mind a slow-paced wrestling game. I did like the fast-paced game, but I think some things in the game are too slow, such as getting in the ring. Literally, there is no reason to choose for a wrestler to roll into the ring. Like when you just regular, like when you're trying to get in the ring, you can roll, you can slide. They got the jumping over the top rope or normal. There's no reason to run in with a roll because it's so slow. It literally takes 2 to 3 seconds total to get in the ring with a roll. This would actually lose you tag team matches. Say your partner is getting pinned and you're outside, or triple threats, or anything with multiple wrestlers. If your partner is getting pinned and you try to run in the ring, if you have roll, it literally takes you 2 to 3 seconds to finish the animation, just to get in the ring. And then they're already pinned by the time you stand up and the bell is ringing, and you can't even run to actually make an attempt to save the match because the animation is way too slow for getting in the ring. I like those in the animations for getting in the old games. You got in instantly. It took you probably a half a second or less than that to just get in the ring. And this would actually solve a lot of problems. Even if you added like an in-ring, like a slide-in attack. So let's say you try to get in the ring, but there's an attack. You can press an attack button, and you either dive to break up a pin, or dive to attack, or dive to break up a pin. You could dive to break up a pin, or you can just get in the ring and like you'll grab the opponent's foot if he's too close to the ropes and just trip him while you're getting in. Or you'll go for a grab or anything, just an attack while you're getting in. This will also prevent things from online like cheese with the ring escape. So when people ring escape, it's so hard for people to get back in the ring. So they'll stay out the side. They'll do taunts for a minute, which is fine. I don't really care about that. But it's like once they get in the ring, they're almost guaranteed to lose a reversal stock or counter, because the opponent is going to attack, or they're going to lose advantage because the opponent's going to attack them as soon as they get in. So at the same time that they're resting, the opponent in the ring is resting, and he's getting his reversal stocks back. So it's actually extremely hard to just get in the ring online, or get in to save pins, to save the match from pins and stuff like that. So so adding a ring entry attack with some invincibility or something would actually make it a different situation. Some people might bag up, or you can add a mechanic where you can have like a special taunt where you can agree to let your opponent in the ring. You're like, hey, get in here, and then he's like, all right, and then he just gets in the ring, and they both get in, and they're back at on equal footing. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things in the game that make the game broken that people hate, which is stomps. There's stomps. Stomps are too good in the game. No matter they tried to patch it. 2K tried to patch it, but they're still too good. The thing about the stomp is that you waste a whole counter stock or reversal stock, but you don't get the advantage. When you use a counter, you should always have the advantage after using a counter. There should never be a time where I waste a counter and I'm still at a disadvantage. I don't know what 2K can exactly do about that. I have a few suggestions, such as when countering stomps, there should be a trip or something that literally pushes your opponent back, so you're either so you're at an advantage. Because counter stocks are very important for this game. Because if you lose all your counter stocks, I mean, that's it. That's it. You can't do anything. You take damage endlessly, and people just attack you relentlessly. You can't do anything about it. So you should always be an advantage where these counter or reversal stocks are so powerful in the game. So either that, or the stomps should cost less reversal stock. They should cost like 1/3 of a reversal stock to counter a stomp. Or when people are on the ground, all ground attacks should be they should go back to the old style of reversals, where you either counter with a grapple counter or a strike counter, and they should not use up any of your reversal stocks. So you can keep them the same, but people would have to guess online whether you're going to do a stomp, or guess on the ground whether you have to do a stomp or you're going to do a grapple. This way that you don't have to worry too much about, like, oh man, I'm on the ground, now I'm at such a disadvantage. He has all the opportunity. He can do taunts, he can stomp me until I waste a stock, he can do a grapple for extra damage for a mix-up. Being on the ground and stomps are way too powerful. So a submission suggestion, they should be more like the pins, like how the pin has a meter which goes in a circle and you stop it in the spot to kick out of a pin. It should be like this for submissions, but it should be a battle between both characters. Let's say, for example, Chris Jericho does Walls of Jericho, Rey Mysterio. They should both have a pin meter, and it should go around, and they should both have to stop it a certain amount of times to either break out of the submission or to tap out. So let's say Chris Jericho has to hit it 7 times in order for him to tap out Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio, since he's fresh in the match, he only has to hit it 3 times in order to break out. But these pin meters should also, these meters should also have a certain, they should be a certain speed, so that you could have it be a possibility that you actually can make the other character tap out. Let's say Chris Jericho has to do 7, right? But his 7 rolls by in 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds for him to actually hit all 7. But Rey Mysterio, it'll take him, let's say, 2 or 3 seconds for 3 of them to roll by and for him to have a chance. And it should be like a battle like that. So whoever can stop it the most at the green spot or reach their goal first, wins the submission struggle. And later in the game when they get all damaged, they got low health, then you can have it be even. Like at that point, they're low health. They both should have 3 chances. The goal should be 3 for both of them to make to either break or tap out. And let's say you get them all the way past the red and you get them into like the purple health or the gray body or something like that. Then you should make it take 2 stocks to tap out, or 2 goals to tap out, 3 to break. Something like that. All right. And also handicap matches in this game. I believe you just threw them in because people wanted it, which is a good thing. People did want it, but they're literally impossible to win. You can't win a handicap match in this game, and it's all because of reversal stocks. So to fix that, the character who is on the handicapped side should get 3 more stocks of counters per wrestler that he's wrestling. So let's say Chris Jericho starts out with 4 counters. But if he's wrestling 2 people, he should get 4 counters plus 3 more for the other wrestler. So he actually has a chance. Because there's always a wrestler that's resting outside, getting all his counters back. And he can just tag out. And once you run out of counters, you're always at 1 counter. It's literally impossible to win handicap matches. So that's just a suggestion to fix that. And on to the things that would make the game last longer, such as the online. Bring back player match lobbies. I don't like the new lobby system. It doesn't allow you to really play with friends or meet people. I can't meet anybody that plays the game. No one really talks. Everyone knows that. But in the old games, in the old WWE games, with a player match lobby where people just play for fun, you could find what people are playing. It's very hard to find a match that you actually like. There's always people searching for Elimination Chamber, and there's always people searching for tag single match. But you'll never find like a table tornado triple threat match. It's hard to find a 4-man or triple threat ladder or table match because no one's searching for those. In the old lobby system, you could just watch. You could just look and see what matches people have set up, and you could choose from those, or you could set up your own. And in this way, you can actually meet people like, oh, this guy sets up a table match all the time. I love table matches. I should probably, message this guy, talk to this guy. I've met people that play WWE games through the player match lobby. Now, it's just a silent ass whooping. You just either getting your ass whooped in silence, or that's just what it is, man. is the system right now is just completely random. You don't know what matches people are searching for. It's terrible. And y'all might hear a voice in the background. That was me talking during the game. I heard the other guy talking. But just bring back some fun things, man. Like such as announcer tables. Let people climb on it, man. It's a video game. Just let people climb on the announcer table. Let people set tables up on the announcer table. Let people put a ladder on the announcer table, climb up the ladder, and suplex people from the ladder through the announcer table that they're already standing on. It's a video game. Just let people have fun with that. Just let them do it, man. People fight to do these things. They fight to, make these extreme moments videos. Just let it happen. I don't see why not. All right. And then bring back the D-throw or the directional throw movement from 2K14. And 2K14 is a lot easier to directional throw. In this game, it seems almost non-apparent. Like, it's there, but it's barely there. You can barely see it. It's very hard to move. You've improved it since 2K18, but yeah, it's still not all the way there. And things that are available offline, such as Match Creator, should be available online. When they're advertising for the Match Creator, I believe that it was going to be like this awesome thing that we're going to get to do online. Go to set up a match online, and then you can turn on all these different settings for match creator, choose the ring side, choose all these different things for match creator. But that wasn't so. It was only available offline. I think these things should be available online. And just to make the game last even longer, just bring back GM mode. People love GM mode. Just bring it back. I don't bring it back the same way it was. Make it better if you want to. It's like you're selling people grape juice and they're asking for grapes. Everyone wants grapes, and you're like, but I have grape juice. It's better. It's better maybe to you, but the fans that are purchasing the game, these people that are providing the money to keep this game going, they want the grapes, but you keep giving them grape juice. Hey, just bring the GM mode back. And what was really fun about older WWE games, such as, you know, the Here Comes the Pains, the Shut Your Mouths, and all that, was random things you could do, such as like you had what was it? Superstars had superstar specific attacks. Like Triple H had his own backdrop, he had his own DDT, he had his own suplexes. That the animations were specific to Triple H. So things like this is what really made the characters or the superstars stand out from the other ones. Everyone doesn't have Suplex 4. You know what I'm saying? The Rock had his own suplex. Stone Cold had his own, you know, spine buster, which he still does in these games, but you could really see his characters stand out inside the, or his superstars stand out in the attacks or the moves that he would do. Rey Mysterio had his own Hurricane Ranas versus like Jeff Hardy or RVD. All these wrestlers had their own animations. So if you could bring those back, I know it takes a lot of work to make these animations, but if you could just imitate them as much as possible, hey, that would be beautiful. It brings the wrestlers or the superstars to life. And I also think the backstage is kind of weird. There's all this stuff backstage where you can't do what you want to do. Like all the moves, all your attacks are changed. I believe that you should just bring back, you know, doing any wrestling move backstage should be fine. So all the moves that you have equipped to your wrestler should be the same moves that are available backstage. I know some things are context sensitive, so if you're close to a wall, you'll do a punch, which that's fine, but you know, I can't do like power bombs and everything backstage when I want to. You know, I think these might maybe move to a different controller map, you know, something like that. And just bring back things that make the game fun. Weapons, the helicopter from Here Comes the Pain. People love the helicopter. I've never seen someone say, wow, why is there a helicopter in this wrestling game? And why can I climb on it and jump off of it? Because people are having fun with it. People were enjoying this. It's just random bullshit that people enjoy. They love going to New York Times Square, climbing all the way up on top of the damn sign and wrestling up there until someone falls off it, falls to their death. It was the funnest thing ever. Then you could jump up from there and try to land on the opponent. It was just fun things like that that made the games fun. Just bring some different colored chairs. Bring the microphone weapon back. Let your wrestler talk on the microphone. Let them get a momentum boost from talking on the microphone. Let them get a crowd chant going from talking on the microphone. Let him, debuff the opponent from talking on the microphone. Gain buffs. You know. I don't even care if you put subtitles. You don't even have voices. Just add something fun. Let people sit in chairs again. You haven't been able to sit in chairs since SmackDown. Just bring it. That was just fun thing to do. You know, you just sit in a chair. People like sitting in chairs. I don't know why, but sitting in chairs is just fun to people. Let people run up chairs like they used to in the WWE Raw games on Xbox. Let them set up the chair, and then you can run up it and do an attack off of it. People love that. Bring back the stop sign from old games. Not the whole stop sign post, but just the top of the stop sign. Bring tax into the games. Bring in a damn flat screen TV. I don't care. Just have like these random weapons. I remember in No Mercy they had cheese. Cheese was a weapon. Where does this giant cheese come from? These were just fun things that were added because it was a video game. Like, what's the funniest thing you can hit your opponent with? A giant damn triangle cutout of cheese. It's crazy. I don't know. Bring back the TV. Bring back a camera. Hey, let people use the camera to display things on the Titantron, on the big screen. That'd be awesome things. These are just some things that I would suggest to 2K, just to improve the longevity. I think the main thing is the online mode. Just bring back those player matches where people would set up lobbies and you could just join. I think that would definitely increase the game by at least 4 months right there. I mean, just bring it back, those player match lobbies. But I want to thank y'all for watching. Hey, this is a long video. Hey, anybody who stayed to the end, I thank you. Try to release more content every day.